Home prices over the past year have increased, but what if I told you that was actually a good thing if you're looking at buying in a higher cost of living area? See, what happens is the loan limit requirements for conventional loans every year change depending on what's happening with median home prices. So the loan limits for 2025 have actually increased by 5.2% across the board. So the 2024 base limit for a conventional loan was just above $766,000. Now that base loan limit is $806,500 for 2025 for conventional loans. So that means with a 3% down payment, just 3%, you could buy a home with a max purchase price of just above $831,000. And this, of course, changes depending on if you're buying something like a 2, 3, or a 4 unit home. You can see that base limit goes all the way up to just above $1.5 million to be able to purchase that home with just 5% down on a 4 unit property. Now, the main reason this is good for people who are buying in high cost of living areas where home prices are extremely expensive is because if you're above this loan limit, what ends up happening is you have to get what's called a jumbo loan. Jumbo loans are harder to qualify for and can have higher interest rates, and they also have usually higher down payment requirements. So if you can stick within the conventional loan limits, then you can get lower interest rates, it's easier to qualify for, and you can get a lower down payment. Like with a 1 unit, you can purchase with 3% down in most areas. So that increasing allows a lot more people to be able to get affordable financing with conventional loans compared to jumbo loans, which can be a little bit harder to qualify for. So if you're in a high cost of living area, what you first need to do is you need to check out the FHFA map. Now, the FHFA is who oversees Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They make the rules for most conventional loans. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look up your county on this map. Now, something to note here is that most conventional loans have a minimum down payment of 3%, but if you're in what's called a high cost area, it's going to require 5%. High cost areas are where 115% of the local median home value exceeds the base loan limit. So you'll want to go to that link in the description and you'll see the map here. And what we're going to do is you're going to scroll around to find your county. So for instance, let's say you're looking at buying in Phillips County, Colorado. You can see what that loan limit is there for a 1 unit primary residence. However, let's say that you were looking at purchasing in Garfield County. You can see that loan limit is actually increased to 1.2, just above $1.2 million for a 1 unit conventional primary residence home. Now, in all these areas that are yellow and orange, these are going to require 5% down. Everywhere in gray is going to require 3% down as a minimum. And of course, you can increase your down payment above the minimum if you want to. So after you find the county map and where you're looking at buying, seeing if the home that you want to buy is under that loan limit, the next thing you want to do is figure out what you can afford. So I have a calculator called the Max Purchase Price Calculator that helps you put in all of your numbers and then see what kind of home you could afford based on the formulas that loan officers use. So you can get this at winthehouseyoulove.com/maxprice. So what this calculator does, it's going to take your situation. So it's going to use some averages of interest rates. Most people are going to get a 30-year mortgage. You'll go ahead and put in what your income is along with your minimum debt payments, and it will kind of walk you through what's a debt, what isn't a debt. And then you can go over to your affordability dashboard and it will give you an idea of an estimated max purchase price, estimated payment, and run through a bunch of different what are called debt to income ratios, which is the formulas that loan officers use to see how much of a loan you'll be able to get approved for. So this can give you a really good ballpark idea of what your affordability might look like, along with some estimates of things like utilities and maintenance costs that you need to plan for as well when you're looking at buying a home. And again, you can get that at winthehouseyoulove.com/maxprice if you're interested in trying that out. So this increase in loan limits that happens pretty much every year as the median home value continues to increase across the US, this really helps out people who are looking in the upper range in these higher cost of living areas who don't want to have to get a jumbo loan, because even going $1 above that base loan limit forces you to go into a jumbo loan, which again is going to have a higher down payment, slightly higher rates as well, and then it can be more difficult to qualify for compared to just a normal conventional loan if you're underneath that base loan limit. So if you want to take advantage of these loan limits right now, you can go to winthehouseyoulove.com/lender. We work in all US states except for New York, and we'd be happy to help you with your pre-qualification to get you approved. And look, I know not everybody is looking in these really high price ranges, but no matter what price range you're looking at, we'd be happy to help you with a pre-qualification again at winthehouseyoulove.com/lender.